All right, so the UEFA Champions League has got into the last 8 stage where the creme de la creme in European football will go head-to-head for supremacy. And here on Eurozone on the ALmedia channel, we'll be taking an incisive and in-depth look into what could transpire in the last 8 fixtures, where at the Wanda Metropolitano it will be Atletico de Madrid taking on Borussia Dortmund, and then also in France, in Paris, it will be PSG and also Barcelona, who have a score to settle over there. But then also there'll be some crunch games on the other side of the bracket, where at the Emirates in London, it's Arsenal going head-to-head with one of their European nemesis in Bayern Munich. But then also 14-time UEFA Champions League winners will go toe-to-toe against the defending champions. This is Eurozone, where we bring to you everything per what is happening in the UEFA Champions League. The incisive discussions, the in-depth one, and everything with regards to the UEFA Champions League. I've got with me Force, who will be helping me with the discussion. Force, welcome once again to Eurozone.
Thank you.
So, it's the UEFA Champions League last 8 stage, and you know, there are some mouth-watering games coming up. I want us to focus on the first leg games that could, you know, that is coming up, and let's see the chances of these teams. And let's start off with that Arsenal Bayern Munich, you know, fixture, where the last time Arsenal played in the UEFA Champions League, they met Bayern Munich and they got trashed 10-2 on aggregate. Should we expect, you know, anything like a replica of that scoreline?
Have you not been entertained this season in the Champions League?
By which club, to be precise?
All the clubs in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I would say it's been entertaining.
This is the essence for which we all clamor for the Champions League. You see, and to not lie to you, we have 8 amazing clubs, 8 of the biggest clubs when it comes to the European football scene, all vying to go into the semis of the Champions League. Arsenal Bayern Munich is a hell of a match. Yeah, it's not going to be like we would have preferred, you know, a couple of years ago, where Arsenal was on top of its game, Bayern Munich on top of its game. But you look at this season and the inverse is rather happening. Arsenal is playing some amazing football. Bayern Munich is having a problem in Germany, and every likelihood is showing that they are not going to defend the German Bundesliga. They are 13 points behind Bayer Leverkusen. It has never happened in the history of the Bundesliga that Bayern Munich is going to be second and 13 points behind the leader. It has never happened in the history of the Bundesliga. So it should tell you the disparity between Arsenal and then Bayern Munich this season, when it comes to their form, when it comes to their mentality, and when it comes to the general, you know, stability of the club. Tuchel is resigning at the end of the season. Mikel Arteta is just started, right? And if you look at what Arsenal recently did, they went to Etihad and got a draw. Yeah. A place that for the past 13 times, they've never been able to get a draw. They've been beaten every single time they've gone there. But they went there, and Arteta, as defensively as he could be, changed the shape of his team. He's never done that practically before. But on this occasion, he's changed it. So it should tell you that Arteta has got a lot more under his sleeves. When the going gets tough, when he meets a team that is more attacking, he has the defensive, you know, stability.
But wouldn't you say it's also due to the fact that it's a domestic league, it's the Premier League, when the UEFA Champions League, it's quite different, because we saw how Porto managed to drag that game against Arsenal all the way to a penalty shootout before eventually, you know, losing to them.
The last time Arsenal won anything meaningful was 20 years ago, right? You might say that they won the FA Cup in England, but you can't compare the FA Cup to the Champions League or the Premiership. So it is practically impossible for us to say that they are not putting a lot more emphasis on either the Champions League or the EPL. Last season would have been a better chance for them to win the championship in England. They couldn't. Tell you that Saliba this season is one of the most experienced and one of the toughest defenders you could have this season. So to me, I think it's going to go Arsenal's way.
In the first leg, you believe Arsenal are going to win in the first leg. But then, still on that same bracket, there's another one. Between the two sides, there's 15 UEFA Champions League titles. Madrid have got 14 against City's 1, and City are the defending champion. You think 14 titles means that Madrid have got the upper hand?
Madrid has never, in the history of the Champions League, been underdogs.
And no regardless the game in which
no matter the occasion, no matter the opponent, no matter the stadia, no matter the situation, Madrid is never going to be an underdog. You are talking about You're talking about a team that in the modern era, right, in the 21st century, won the Champions League back-to-back. Meanwhile, they were not the best team around. Yeah. The best team around was a Barcelona. Barcelona could not even do it back-to-back. But Madrid did the three-peat, right? Yeah. That should tell you the kind of team you're talking about. This is a team that has so much history. This is a team that has so much elegance. This is a team that has so much belief in them that no matter the opposition, no matter the situation they find themselves in, they bring out results. This season, I expect that Madrid should come out gun blazing, and should Man City have the upper hand at the Bernabeu, then it's going to be an easy game when they go to the Etihad. So Madrid should have a lot more to give out at the Bernabeu.
You expect Madrid to take the first leg?
Easily.
Easily?
Yeah.
At the Bernabeu?
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the other side of the bracket, where you have PSG against Barcelona.
The most gregarious, the most interesting result in Champions League history was when PSG was beaten 6-1 by Barcelona. That was the most, as a pundit and as a football person for the past 15 years, I would say that's the result that really interested me, because you don't win 4-0 and then lose 6-1. It never happens. So
never in the history of the UEFA Champions League.
No, it has never been able to happen. But you see, this match is going to be very different from what occurred previously, because PSG has changed their approach, right, from the Galacticos era to now promoting young guys, and they've got an average of 21 years in their squad. So the mentality has changed in such a way that they are now copying the Barcelona setup. They are not going in there buying players for 150 million pounds, 100 million pounds, but they are buying players who have got some maturity about them, players who understand the concept, players who understand the value of playing for PSG, players who, if they decide to learn, will be able to give Barcelona a tough time. I expect PSG to win.
To win in the first leg.
Yes.
To win in the first leg. Now, finally, in the quarterfinal round, there's this game, and it's Borussia Dortmund who will be traveling to Madrid to play Atletico de Madrid. Should this be a walkover for Atletico de Madrid?
No, it's not. It's never going to be impossible. The Champions League is all about possibilities and impossibilities. You see, so at the end of the day, you realize that Atletico Madrid took out the most informed team in Europe in Inter Milan, and Dortmund just recently beat Bayern Munich 2-0. So you realize that I have always believed that you might be the best team on paper, but do you come to the party? Do you come to the fore? On the day where you are needed the most, are you able to bring your abilities? And in Spain, I really don't know how Simone is going to line up, because everybody knows that he's a very tactical and very defensive coach. So is he going to say that because this is the first leg and I'm at home, should I go gung-ho, or I should be a bit defensive, play in the mid-third of his zone? You might not really be able to know unless the game starts. Dortmund is never going to be a team that is going to be defensive. Dortmund has always been an attacking team. So it depends on the variations that either coach is going to bring out. But on the day, I expect Atletico Madrid to get a result.
You expect Atletico de Madrid to win. So you've gone for Arsenal to beat Bayern Munich in the first leg, a PSG win over Barcelona, and then also you've got for an Atletico Madrid win over Borussia Dortmund. So this has been the Eurozone. What are your predictions as well in all the games we've mentioned? Force has done due justice to what he thinks might transpire in the upcoming games. You can also share your predictions in the comment section, but then don't forget to subscribe to the ALmedia channel and then like the content. Thanks for having you. Bye.